This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
That was kind of a funny voice recording there. Yeah, you do kind of have a radio voice, don't you? Anyway, this is Dan calling. Talk to you when I talk to you. Later, bye.
It is the 26th of January, and the year is 2021. My name is Corey Winfield.
Marnie Winfield.
And this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. And I think I'm going to use my radio voice the whole podcast.
I love his laugh.
Ha 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 ha. That Dan guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. He moved to Hawaii. So Dan, I hope you're still listening. He was one of the first people to ever donate to 217 Recovery. Ever tell you how I met Dan?
No.
It was at a meeting in Charlevoix, Michigan. And it was pretty early in our start, because we started in April of 2019. And we were in a meeting in there, and I don't think we had shirts or anything yet. No, I know we didn't. And we started talking about other ways to help ourselves in recovery. And I think I had brought up that, yeah, well, you know, a couple of other guys, we started a podcast, and it took a lot for me to get over the fear of being judged. Mm-hmm. And, you know, were people going to like it, or, you know, were people going to listen? Were people going to, you know, talk crap and say, what's he know about recovery? He's got 3 months clean.
Right.
And they said those things. Mm-hmm. And how I dealt with them was different than what I would have in the past. In the past, I would have gotten drunk and whatever, I'll show you guys, I'll drink. And I talked about, you know, getting over that fear of doing that and, you know, being judged. And Dan approached me after the meeting and was like, man, I think that's pretty cool that you're doing that. And how can I listen? And at that time, we might have been on, well, Spreakers, because that's who we were going through, but we might have been on iHeartRadio at that time. And maybe Spotify, you know, just a few of them, Deezer. But now we're like on every platform you could imagine. So, I mean, if you listen to a music source, usually they have podcasting. You know, Apple, obviously, Apple Podcasts. We're on the Google Play with Androids. We have our own app. You can listen through that. iHeart, Spotify, Podchaser, Podbean, I think is not. I think that's, or Beancast. I don't know what I'm thinking of, man. There's like too many of them. I was going to put them all on a business card, and then I realized quickly that that's not going to work.
Too many.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know. Pandora, you know, thanks for listening on that. Yeah, there's just too many to mention, and it's very cool, and then people do listen, and there's really no real way to track every single person that listens, but that's not the point of it either. And the point of it is, if somebody's looking for a podcast about recovery to kind of gain some insight, some hope, some inspiration, you know, that, hey, this Corey guy and this Marnie woman, they can do it. Maybe I can too.
Right.
That's kind of the gist of it. And we have fun with it too. I get yelled at sometimes. No, and
I don't yell at you.
And how Marnie came to be the co-host is kind of an interesting story too, that we should tell one day, like in its full glory. But right now, though, it doesn't sound like we're in our regular studio, because we're not.
We're not.
No, we're at a hotel. Back to the hotel. Wifey said, hey, I want some of that good tonight, baby. Let's go to the hotel. And I was like, okay, that's what you really want to do.
Sexual relationship.
Yeah, that's not the reason we're here.
Oh, you're right. The real reason just makes us mad to talk about it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's something we need to talk about.
I think we should.
I mean, it's a beautiful hotel. We got the fireplace going. Outside is Traverse Bay. Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. And the wind's just... And earlier it said it was 21 degrees outside, which I think is BS. Feels like summer out there. We have this little ass fridge in this thing, and it's supposed to have a freezer up top. You know what I'm talking about? Those little mini fridges that are in hotels. Well, whatever, man. Freezer doesn't work. And my beautiful, lovely, sweet wife was like, "Is there anything you want me to pick up on the way there?" And of course, I said, "You can grab some ice cream," 'cause that's my drug of choice now, sugar. So she picks it up, and then we're like, "Okay, well, that's not." She picked up 2 pints because apparently she wants me real fat. Like, we'll stand the night in here.
It was on sale.
See, she knows that's all she has to say now when she buys stuff. It's on sale. I'm like, okay, goodbye then. But, but no, so she gets we try to cram it in the freezer, which I said don't even work anyway. And then it was like, well, we can put it outside because it's 21 degrees outside. No, the ice cream is actually melting outside.
Yeah, it's a weird phenomenon.
And we put it out there for 3 hours, and it's gulk. I'm so confused by that. Like, does it get, if ice cream gets too cold, it melts?
No.
I am so confused. I really don't understand. Is it we're on the 5th floor? I thought it was getting colder as you got higher to the space.
No, heat rises, but that has nothing to do. I don't know. We don't know why, but
heat rises. So maybe we just figured out how to beat winter. You don't need to go move to Florida, Trevor. You don't need to move to Arizona, Texas. No, just build up.
Right,
my God,
there
I'm
you
going to
go.
be rich. So we just need a city. I wonder how high it would have to be, though.
Okay, no. So the real reason why we're here, just to bring this full circle here, is kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
So do you want me to go into it?
Well, yeah, you're the one that's upset because you had to do everything.
So I'm at work one day last week, going about my business, and I get a text from our landlord lady, and I'm like, ruh-roh, because, you're not expecting a text from your landlord. It's, a little unnerving, but anyhow, and she asked if we were having any problems with pests in our apartment. Well, needless to say, there had been a couple roaches. Ugh, I hate even saying the word. I know.
You dirty people.
I know that we'd seen just randomly in the apartment, which is very odd because we never have our windows open. We live on the top floor of our apartment, well, 2nd floor. But anyhow, it's not. We take our shoes off when we come in and all kinds. It's like, what's going on? Well, come to find out, the neighbors apparently had more of an issue than obviously we did. And there was concern that our apartment should be fumigated. Is that the right word?
Yeah, bombed.
As well.
Cockroaches. Yeah, they're pretty nasty.
Yeah.
We don't really have an infestation, I think is what they call it, but still, man, I don't like seeing that stuff. And like you said, we keep our place clean, and Nico, baby girl, she gets the bugs when she can. She stays up all night. She protects our door to our room to make sure because she knows my cat is trained, and people think I'm kidding, but I'm not. My cat is trained to get bugs. She seeks them out. She lets daddy know if she doesn't want to kill them. Daddy, there's a bug over there. She doesn't use them words. It's more like, and then I just know her. So I know she's like, okay, she's working on a bug, where's that? And that's what you don't really want to see is a cockroach. But my big fear, though, is they're going to bomb this stuff, and they're just going to spread everywhere. They're going to come out of the nooks and crannies and leave the neighbor's house where it was like paradise for them, now to come to our place. I don't know. I'm just worried about that. And you know what? We did what we can do.
Right.
I mean, if it becomes a problem, we burn everything. Okay. No. That's on record. So I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, they set our mind at ease pretty, like, they, I don't think they even really wanted to do our apartment because, they did look around and we don't have a problem really, quote unquote. But I think they were just trying to cover their bases, so, yeah.
Well, there's nothing like those bugs I had to deal with in Arkansas, man. Those were horrible.
Yeah.
And you said something
They're
funny.
like pets. You need to put, like, collars on them.
Mm-hmm. You said something funny to me. You're like, oh, they don't fly. You don't think they don't fly. When Texas was the first time I ever encountered a roach. And I thought, oh, okay, this stupid little bug. That's what a roach is, huh? All right. So I go get a broom, and then I flip the broom around, so I got, like, the end of the handle. I'm just going to squash it. I'm going to squash it, and this thing flies up and around the kitchen, and I'm screaming like a girl because I don't do bugs. And this was before I had my beautiful cat. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, that thing just flew. Like, are you sure that's not a dinosaur or something? And, oh, God, it was crazy. And finally, like, 8 hours later, I get to put it to Jesus heaven. And the next day I see the centipede. I'm like, oh, my God, where am I at? San Antonio, my goodness. But then when I moved to Arkansas, maybe like day one, I'm in this little duplex. I don't have anything. I have an air mattress, a pillow. I have like a little old TV, maybe 13-inch TV. No, 20. They had a 13-inch TV until somebody at the radio station gave me a 27-inch TV, like old boob tube ones. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I look over, and this big ass bug that seriously, like, you could strap a saddle on it, ride it to the store, and come home, and it would still be like, are you ready to go some more? I know. I was like, the fuck? So I run over, and I kill it. I'm just like in disbelief. I can't even sleep that night. So I call the landlord. I'm like, bro, roaches, man. And he's like, what? What do you mean? We got roaches in there? His name was Rollins. We got roaches. Good. He's a good guy, but just a little too nice, I guess. But so he comes over the next day and he starts putting the stuff, little like peanut butter, in my cabinets in the kitchen. And I'm like, what are you doing in there? He's like, well, this will attract the roaches. And I'm like, see, that's not. I'm trying to kill the roaches. Like, why are we be attracting them to the kitchen? I saw them over here, And he's like, oh well, they get everywhere. And, yeah, that's what to do. And I'm like, bro, there's not even doors on these cupboards. Like, if there was a roach in there, you'd be able to see it, man. Like, stop. And it was an ongoing battle. But then when I bought my house, I thought, oh, free of them. And when I was buying the house, I told the guy, I'm like, look, man, I'm tired of playing with these roaches around here. They're so big. And I would talk about it on the radio, and people would call in. And this one guy called in, he's like, man, those aren't roaches you got there. Them's water bugs. I was like, man, if you got to call them water bugs to make yourself feel better, then that's fine. But that's a big-ass roach. I mean, I'm talking like the size of your toe. Big toe.
Wow.
A man's big toe. Yeah, you'd see it crawling on the wall, and you'd think, Jesus, like, what's going on? But anyway, the new house had them too. But so it's nothing like though. I mean, these are, I guess, worse technically.
I don't know, but they're gone now. So
hopefully,
yeah.
But Marnie was a little not happy last night. We'll say because they told us to move everything from our cupboards, everything out of our. Yeah, can you imagine taking everything out of your cupboard? Yeah, silverware, plates, and we got a lot of cupboards and a lot of dishes and your pantry, bathroom, all the drawer, all that. Oh,
Corey says, why don't we just move? Yeah,
I was like, well, if we're moving, let's just move. Because, I mean, that's what she packed up our whole house. Yeah. Pretty much. So it was kind of, daunting for her.
But I got it done, so now it just needs to be put back.
I think we can pay somebody to do that.
No. No. So anyway, but just, I mean, little challenges, whatever. It's life. So we just dealt with it and, didn't pick up over it. And now we're just looking at it in a positive light that we just spend a wonderful night in a hotel and with this fireplace. That's not where I was going with that.
Oh.
But, so no, it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be worse. for sure.
Oh, geez, yes.
But it is frustrating at times, and I was mad at the neighbor, and every time I see him, I'm holding that resentment of "F you, man."
I know.
You know, like, but see, and these are things I can't control either, and I don't know this to be true, but one of the things, like I said earlier, that concerned me is that they're gonna all come flooding into our place, but our place did get bombed or whatever it got. But in 3 months, and the people that we're pretty sure would be held responsible are younger. So maybe, and maybe that is something maybe I shouldn't think that way, but I'm thinking they're probably just going to go, oh, well, they're gone now. All right, let's just keep living the way we were living, you know, and they're going to bring them right back, you know. So in 3 months, are you going to do this all over again? I don't know, but why am I even thinking about that? I don't even know if I'm going to be alive in 3 months. You know, like, let's just start living in the moment again and not worry myself to death about something that hasn't even happened yet. I used to be so good at that. Yeah. And you know how my brain works. Mm. So to take something minor and to turn it into like this huge freaking problem was nothing for me. Like, I could do that in my sleep. But yeah, let's let go of that. You know, like, I need to personally just let go of it. And man, if it happens, then I'll deal with it then. But right now, this is where I'm at in life, and this is where we're at. And right. You know, maybe those people, I just pray for them.
Yep. That's all you can do, I guess.
I met a guy today, was in Cadillac, Michigan, and he was pretty upset with his brother-in-law, and his brother-in-law was going to go get some help or whatever, and he kind of pulled me aside, and he's like, man, I really hope this works. We're done. And between that and that situation that went down on Sunday, seeing the mom, like, just so, like, done. You know, it really, like I said the other day, you know, thank God again that I'm in the situation I'm in right now, sitting here with my lovely wife in a hotel complaining about a little roach problem. Right. But to just not be in that situation, but to see from the other side of the coin, you know, the effect that I had on my family members. My brother-in-law was done. I think my other in California, he's done. Just, and still to this day, you know, there's nothing I can do about, you know, some of those relationships, but to see that effect on other people and to not realize it at the moment because we're in that state of just drunkenness, and it's just sad, man. But at the same time, I had a great conversation with the guy on the way to the treatment he was going to, and he thanked me when we got there, and he's like, thanks for having that conversation with me, man. He's like, that was really good. And he's like, it seems like you know what you're talking about. And I was like, well, I know what I'm talking about because I just told you my life. Yeah. Like, I lived it, bro. Like, that was me. These are things that happened. Like, I prayed to God to, you know, let me understand this. Let me get through this. And he put me through one of the hardest roads. Not the hardest road, but it was pretty tough. I had to go through a lot, and I learned a lot. And I think that God put me through that so I could talk about it today and help other people. So,
yeah, for sure. Everybody's challenges are different in every spot that people are at when they, like that when we come across them, whether it's on, you know, they're hearing us on the podcast or we're physically, you know, like you're giving somebody a ride or what have you. But it's true at the end of the day. I mean, it's undisputable that, you know, we have been there and we're sober today. I mean, cut and dry, like that's where it's at. But there are no promises, you know, and we don't ever say that there are, you know. Part of what I like about doing this podcast and my job as well is that, you know, all you can do is, you know, give experience, you know, share your experience, strength, and hope with people, and in hopes that, you know, that you'll say something that they can, you know, relate to and learn something from, or, you know, draw strength from. And And when that happens, man, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, technically, there are promises in AA.
Mm-hmm.
Those promises, those are real.
Oh, yeah. They're beautiful. They are.
They are. And, you know, you will be amazed at the end of it. And I think that's where I'm at now. Because, like I said, I just wish everybody could have this feeling of just peace and the feeling that I'm not trapped to the bottle anymore. And when you came here, like I was at the hotel after I helped that gentleman. I came to the hotel and I started on my homework for my classes, and I was here all day. I ordered a pizza, you know, just chilling, you know, banging out homework. And you got here, 6 or something in the evening. And when you came here and I gave you a kiss, and that was the first time that it even hit me that I was in a hotel all day and didn't even think about drinking.
Right.
Like, even a year ago, it might have been. I mean, at least would have crossed my mind. Like, man, I could drink right now. Of course, I probably wouldn't have, but it would have crossed my mind. But yeah, it didn't not one time cross my mind that, man, I could drink right now.
Yeah.
Until you got here, and I was like, because I kissed you and whatever, and I was like, huh. Like, I was in a hotel room all day today, and I didn't even think about drinking.
I know, it's not awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess normally, like, back in the day, you probably came here and it would have been blown
disaster.
Up. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And it just would have been horrible. But, yeah, that's something that's cool. And that my brain doesn't go to those places anymore is really nice. And it's refreshing. Like I said, it's freeing. Like, I'm not trapped to it anymore. And I just wish everybody could feel that. So maybe, you know, that's the part of the promises that I'm in now. Is like you'll be baffled. Because I'm baffled because I want everybody. Well, maybe that's not it. But maybe it is. I don't know. Because I do feel baffled because I'm like, Like, I remember when people used to tell me, you know, it gets so much better. It gets so much better. And I used to think, well, not for me because I'm not like you people. And if I just would have listened. And I don't understand why it's so hard to listen. You know, I've met so many people. A guy who I consider a friend of mine, his name's Dylan. And it's just roller coaster, man. And I just want to just kick him right in the ass and just tell him, listen to me, man. Just listen. This is what we need to do. Like, let's get you on a plan. But you can't do it. If somebody is out there doing things that, you know, they want to do, they're going to do them. And if they don't want to do them, they're not going to do them. And there's a fine line in there where your brain comes in and will try to trick you, you know. But Jason DeBeck, the owner from Nathan's house, put it pretty simple. He was like, look, here are the rules. You follow the rules when you live in my sober living house. I promise you, you're gonna be a better person at the end of it. Now, he said, if you're following all these rules and you're hitting 5+ meetings a week and you're doing all these things I'm asking of you, and you still go out and drink, you are not ready. You need to go back to treatment. Mm-hmm. And he's right. You know, there's no hard feelings. There's no you're a bad person. He's just like, you're not ready. Now, if you go into a sober living house, you're not there for the right reasons. You're half-assing it. You're trying to, I hit all the meetings this week, and you're just lying your ass off. Then you're not working it, and that's not part of what he told you was going to happen. And a lot of dudes I saw come and go, and there were a lot of people that were just BSing their way through it, and they got figured out real quick. Mm-hmm. Which was refreshing because, like, some people come in, I'm like, man, this dude, ugh. And they'd be gone before you knew it, man. And that was just it was very refreshing to see those people leave. Because the group of people that were in there doing it, not everybody's at the same level. I was on probation, so that was another added bonus feature of my sober living. It was like, hey, I'm on probation, so I really don't want to go back to jail. So some guys didn't have that, and we're just there because, my mom thinks it would be a pretty good idea, or my wife thinks, I should stay here for a couple months or a whoever they were trying to please beside themselves, just doing it because, damn it, I'm tired of that life. You know, you have to get to that point. And I think my friend Dylan is. I just hope he can figure it out, man, that life is so much better when you can come to terms with all the problems that you try solving with alcohol. Because, I mean, Dylan knows he makes it worse, but the brain takes over, and it's just like, once you get that first sip in you, once it touches your lips, it's over, man. So just don't pick up that first drink.
I think a lot of times the circumstances of how you get there may have initially started with, by somebody else, by somebody's suggestion, or I guess ultimatum. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it will only work if you want to be there. You can't be doing it for somebody else, for something else. It's got to come from inside. And there are times when it'll start off being a legal thing. You know what I mean? And they get, their feet grounded, and they're like, I can do this. And you're right. Wow, life is better. And then things start making sense because all these stuff you're talking about in meetings, they're like, wow, this stuff is real. And this stuff is, completely like they're talking about me. I hear it all the time when you're in meetings, and they're like, I feel like that person was talking, like it's telling my story, because they are so similar all the time. But yeah, it's just important that, you realize that it's got to come from inside, and it's got to be something that you want to do that you want to change, the direction that you're headed, and start a new life, start a new you, and because you deserve it and you can do it. And I guarantee you it'll be better than you could ever imagine.
For reals. But we were going to do movie reviews tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do Monday Night Movie Review on Tuesdays, but the movies was The Human Centipede or
Holy Cow.
First Cow. And with the whole roach situation going on, didn't really have time.
No.
Sit down. I mean, Marnie wanted to watch The Human Centipede.
No, I did not. I absolutely did. I absolutely did not.
Probably not going to work out. Did you not say that?
I said that I'm not watching that movie.
No, that's what you said. You're like, we can watch Human Centipede.
No, that was a joke. I was
like, okay, but you did say it.
Okay, the words. I did say the words, but I didn't mean it.
Thank you. So, yeah, and probably not going to review those movies.
No.
But, it was fun to talk about for a minute. And then she was like in bed the other night thinking too, she's like, that wouldn't even make sense because this, I'm like, oh no, they put that in the movie too, babe. And she's like, oh no. Yeah. And what really baffles me is how they made Human Centipede 2, 3. They might be working on a 4th, who the hell knows, but I want to talk to the guy who like produced that movie.
No, I worry about the person who came up with that.
Let me see that script. Oh my God, yeah, that's awesome. Let's do it. Let's make a second one. The first one was so great.
I have no idea. I don't get it.
I want to talk to him because I got a project. If they're going to fund that crap, I mean, we'll do a movie where I build a city in the sky and it's always 72 degrees, man. Mm-hmm. That'd be a cooler movie than Human Centipede. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of a neat idea. So in people's mouths to...
No. That's not even...
Anyway. All right. Thank you for listening, though. 217recovery.com is our website. If you do need resources or anything like that, we are based in Traverse City, Michigan. So there's a lot of Michigan resources on there. If you're a felon, if you're just looking for a job, if you need help, if you're a woman and you need some woman needs help stuff. Is that what they call that? Probably not.
No, but it was a kind way to put it.
Yeah. 217recovery.com/resources. Or just go to our website and then go to resources. And yeah, there's pretty much everything on there that you could need. Housing, clothing, food. Yeah.
All kinds of resources.
For sure. And if you haven't seen our wedding video yet, you can check that out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be taking that down soon. So
Okay.
check it out for it's gone. Issue17recovery.com. Thanks again for listening, and share us with your friends. Like us and subscribe. That'll help other people find us. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Take care. Talk to you on Thursday.
Good night.
See you.